I'm John Schrott, and this is On the Spot. Today we're going to be talking with one of our architects, Alek Kirchmann, who is focusing his career on workplace, that sector of the market that we're dealing with. And Alek, I know that you are deep into that and understand how it's evolving. What are some of the changes in workplace that's occurring right now?
Well, the biggest one that we're looking at right now is that the office space is competing with the home working space. And not necessarily even the home working space, but just any kind of remote option. Things have changed over the past few years, and what the office workplace is changing depending on the company, depending on the work that needs to be done. So an important thing that we have been doing as we've been designing workplaces for clients is making sure that we gather the right data in the first place. Because the one size fits all approach is definitely done with. And we need to humble ourselves as designers and make sure that we know how to serve the employees of the future office.
So different clients have different visions of what their office workspace is. There any commonality that you're seeing through various clients?
Absolutely. So really what we're seeing right now is kind of an acceleration of design trends that were happening before. So there's always a focus on flexibility, when that buzzword really just means a variety of different spaces need to be provided for working. It's no longer just everybody with a workstation, the same kind of desk, in the same kind of orientation anymore.
So do you gather prospective workers together to try and understand where their thought processes are?
We often use in-person workshops with the Luma Institute, guidance from that framework to try to understand employees' work days, really, and get as much sometimes personal information as we can from them, and learn when do they make time for their families, when do they make time for themselves, when is the best time for getting heads down work done versus when it's the best time to have meetings and collaborative sessions throughout the day.
What are some of the interesting things that you've discovered in that process?
We've discovered, and this has been kind of confirmed by a lot of research that's coming out right now, that the new understanding is that your daily office employee is kind of regenerating or recharging throughout the day in kind of very small bursts. And so instead of sitting down to work and going for 4 hours, eating lunch, then going for another 4 hours, it's 10 minutes of heads down work here. It's prepping for a meeting here. It's doing a little bit of laundry on the side, or running an errand, or going for a run, or picking up the kids and then picking it back up in the evening or something like that. So it's very spread out and a lot different than the classic kind of office setup.
Well, yeah. So it seems like boundaries have eroded, and this meshing of work with life. Does it ever confuse people?
It absolutely does. Not all of it is good. I think people appreciate the increased flexibility right now because they can get some of those things that would wait until the weekend. They can get it done throughout their work week, when they're not commuting or saving time in some other way. But we hear consistently that boundaries are being confused. Work-life balance is being a little bit upended. So everyone is kind of working through that on an individual level.
Where do you think it's going to end up?
Oh, that's impossible to predict, I think.
What? So no longer are we building cubes for people to
Right.
work in anymore, right?
Right.
We're trying to give as many options as possible. Are there other types of amenities that people want in their office workspace?
There's an increased focus on food and kind of almost a cafeteria lifestyle. Think of like a school setting. The reason people are coming back together in person is to kind of build a community with their coworkers, or maybe with the other coworkers in their building or something like that. So we hear a lot of, I'm going to sit down for a meal. That's my opportunity to socialize, interact, learn about the personal lives of my coworkers.
Yeah, interesting. So the workplace becomes this place of socialization in addition to collaboration at work. So, well, Alec, thanks for your time. Thanks for being on the spot. Until next time.